25 minutes before 11 o'clock. Nice looking day. Joe Reichel is here to talk to you about the damage that happens when it's not such a nice looking day, and how you can fix things and how he can help you fix things and all of that. He's from, of course, Damage Control Services right here in Ocala. Good morning, Joe. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
So the story that kind of was amazing to me this morning was all the swimming pools that are floating up from all the water, I guess mostly down in the St. Pete, Tampa area.
All the water underneath them, yeah, that causes the pool to heave. And that's why it's very important to always make sure that you have your swimming pool filled enough, because that keeps it in the ground.
Yeah, that would make sense, yeah. So the question, I don't know if it's, I mean, are there plastic swimming pools, like big gigantic bathtubs, as opposed to the concrete swimming pools? And would...
Well, these are probably concrete tubs.
So they would float up too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it'll heave it out of the ground.
Wow. But there are the plastic ones that are just kind of, what do you call them?
You can buy those at Walmart. And
No, I don't mean the little ones. I mean the big gigantic ones that they just put them in. What do you call them? Prefab?
Well, they have the prefab ones, but they also have the ones with the liners. Maybe that's what you're talking about?
I don't know. So, I mean, it seems like they would float up out of the water, out of the ground more easily, whatever the words are.
Could, I guess.
So how you doing?
Wonderful.
Does anything ever get damaged in your home?
Yes. Trying to think of what we had. We had an issue with the sink not too long ago. It was all wet underneath there. I had to put a fan on it. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I also had some problem a while back. Was a washing machine broke and water everywhere.
See,
that wasn't good.
The thing about the sink is that, I mean, if you didn't see it right away, then I don't feel so bad, because I'm sure that my little leak, because remember I told you about it a few weeks ago, I'm guessing it was happening for a long time before I noticed it. Because I don't look under my sink.
People typically don't look under there, and a lot of times they have a lot of stuff under there, so it's blocking everything. Yeah. So you don't really see underneath the sink very often, but it's important to check those spots.
Yeah.
And that's why I was talking to a homeowner. I just mentioned the washing machine, and I was talking to a homeowner the other day, and they had started a load of laundry and left, and that was the washing machine didn't shut the water. When the water was running, it didn't shut off and just continued to overflow.
Oh, no.
And they didn't get home till late, and water was everywhere. The thing about that is not to let anything run when you're not there. So if you're not going to be home, don't do laundry, or don't leave this things running that could cause a problem. So. Yeah.
I told you a long time ago about the mouse that ate a hole in the hose on my washing machine.
Right.
And I didn't see the mouse, but I saw the evidence of it, and it was an easy fix.
Just put a new line in.
But at the same time, it didn't really create that much of a mess, because I did catch it right away. And what told me that it was leaking was not that I saw water on the floor, but I saw the amount of water going into the tub was so small. I thought, well, that doesn't seem right. Something's wrong. And then I could kind of hear it, like in the back of the machine, wherever it was leaking from. That's
a lot of times, with leaks and things like that, homeowners can hear them. You can hear water running or a hissing noise, and makes them go, well, something's wrong here. Let's investigate it. So. Sometimes it can be in a wall or whatnot. And, that's what we're talking about, all the rain and stuff that we've been having. That will not be covered on your homeowner's insurance if you have a flood caused by the rainwater outside coming in.
Really?
That is flood insurance that you need for that. Your homeowner's insurance covers as far as if something happens in your home and there's
like a washing machine,
like the washing machine, or usually a tree falls on the house and rain comes in that way. There's damage to the roof or something during a storm or a hurricane or something like that. It'll cover it as well.
Okay.
But washing machine, refrigerator supply line, water supply line, your sinks, your toilets, your dishwasher, those things, if something was to happen to the plumbing to those, that's when your homeowner's insurance will cover that damage.
But the floating pool, because of the rain, it's not going to be covered unless you have flood insurance.
Well, your floating pool might be covered. I'm not sure how that would because that's part of your homeowner's insurance. But what I'm saying is, if you know the rains come and the creek rises and all of a sudden it's coming in your front door, that's a flood. You would need flood insurance for that. That's typically not covered by your homeowner's insurance.
So aside from keeping it filled with water, is there any way to anchor down the swimming pool? You would want to have water in it, I would think.
You need water in it. That's why if you're doing something, maintenance or whatever, you don't want to leave it empty for very long. You just a limited amount of time before you fill it back up, because you need that weight in it. I don't know. I don't know what people can do for that.
So just anchor it down?
I don't know how you would, make sure it's built correctly would be the number one thing, but I'm not too familiar with swimming pool construction. So I don't know.
When something is floating on top of water, is it heavier than, is the thing it's in heavier? I guess you could do an experiment with this.
I'm going to throw my pen in my cup of water and we'll see what happens. I don't know. That's a great question, Larry. Okay. That's not really damage control, though, so I don't know.
Bill Nye, the science guy, isn't it?
Yeah, there you go.
All right, the phone lines are open if you want to call Joe. If you have a home repair project that you're trying to get a few tips on, Joe's the guy to ask. He's right here right now. The number is 622-9622.
So this past Friday night, we had some excitement. We had two different calls one Friday afternoon, and that call was a ceiling in a dining room area was coming down because of water.
Rainwater?
All the rain that we've been having.
Oh, wow.
And went out there, and we were looking, trying to find the damage, and we ended up having to take the drywall off the ceiling because of the amount of water that was in there. And the insulation and everything in there got wet. And looking up at the roof was a spot where two nails were coming through, and the plywood was all wet. So I got up on the roof, and I was looking at it, and these nails, water was getting in under the edge of the bottom edge of the shingle and coming in those nail holes.
Isn't that something? Wow.
So, and that's where, even if you get a new roof on a house, you need to make sure that there's no nails showing, because these will create spots where water can come in and cause damage, and in this case a considerable amount of damage just because of these two nail holes. Just
a tiny drip, 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 and then eventually it makes enough of a problem. Wow.
It'll fill up the insulation, and once that insulation gets saturated, and with as much rain as we've been having, I think we're on. Yesterday, I think was it 19 days straight of rain that we've gotten here. So, there's
depending on who you listen to, we had in the month of July between 9 and 11 inches.
Wow.
So
that's a lot of rain.
I guess that's a lot. I'm guessing Pasco County had more though.
And that's why it's very important. One of the jobs that we're working on right now is redoing a chimney on a house, because the stucco started to crack and water was getting in and caused a lot of rotten wood. So, making sure that, if your home's stuccoed or whatever the exterior is, making sure that, it's in good repair to keep water out. So, and we'll talk more about that after our break.
Yeah, and we are up against the break. So the phone lines are open. If you want to call Joe right now, the number is 622-9622. Again, if you have a project that you're working on and you need a little help, maybe advice on a tool or a technique or a product of some sort, the number is 622-9622. We'll give you Damage Control's phone number also after the break. And don't forget to ask Joe for one of his magnetic business cards that you can stick on your refrigerator, just in case the day happens that you need it.
Hope you never do, though.
Hope you never do. We'll take a break and be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident for today. Times of clouds and sun with a shower and thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today 86 to 90, then overnight partly cloudy, those 72 to 76. Tomorrow partly sunny with a couple of thunderstorms around during the afternoon and evening hours, high 88 to 92. And for Thursday, some sunshine with an afternoon thunderstorm, high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
You've got a garden and we've got a show for you called You've Got a Garden with your host, Master Gardener Carol Ann Baldwin. Carol Ann answers your questions about your flowers, your veggies, your grass, your trees, even questions about your bugs. And she's only on WOCA, so don't miss Carol Ann Baldwin and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
You're listening to WOCA, Ocala.
All right, 12 minutes before 11 o'clock. Joe Reichel is here from Damage Control Services, and he'll be answering your questions about things that might be damaged in your home, maybe in your patio. It doesn't have to be, maybe in the attic or something.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely, if you have a small problem, you want to get it fixed before it becomes a big problem.
And that's where, like I started talking about, the home that we're working on now, and even this morning actually talking to a homeowner, and on the edge of their end of their house, the stucco is separating from the rest of the house. It's got a bulge in there. So they were asking, why it's doing that, what could be happening, and there's a variety of things that could be happening there, and really it could be a crack and it's allowing water to get in, and the water's getting behind the stucco and what it's attached to and just pushing it off. So it really depends, and that's where the home that we're working on, water's getting down in there and rotting the wood and causing extensive amount of damage.
So you really do have to take care of it right away.
Yeah.
All right, you do have a phone call. Good morning, you're on the air with Joe Reichel.
Yes, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
All of this rain has caused a vine to go absolutely wild on my house, and it's eating my TV antenna.
This is like a climbing vine?
A climbing vine, yes. It's climbed all the way up my roof and it's eating my TV antenna. Oh,
wow. Well, that's something I would definitely recommend getting off of there, because it can cause further damage, not only to the paint and whatnot, because it's attaching itself to the home, and then it leaves those little fingers or things that attach to everything. So whether you get somebody out there as far as a yard person or somebody that does landscape type of maintenance, they can either cut it down or spray some what would it be?
Yeah.
Herbicide. Herbicide.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely would want to do something with that before it gets, out of hand.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
I'm trying to think of the brand name. Roundup is Roundup, a brand name, but it's just
any type of
one of
herbicide
many.
that would kill that any type of a climbing vine. I mean, the best bet is to find out what it is and make sure that you're getting something that will kill that.
Do you had a guest one time who was a specialist in screens, and ever since that visit, I understand why my self-repaired screen,
right,
it didn't stay repaired very long because I put the wrong size of that
spline.
Is that what you call it? Spline? So I put the wrong size in there.
Right.
I have no idea how to know what the right size is, but I remember that was part of the discussion that day.
That was Ron Jones with Superior Aluminum and Design. I think is the correct name of his business, and he's advertised on the radio here a while, or sometime and whatnot. So, it's just like any type of project, there's all types of different tools and things that you can use. So you've got to know what.
And that's kind of my point.
What's needed?
Not the screen as much as my in expertise. My home remedy didn't go so well.
But if you'd used the right spline, it'd have worked. The right size, if you'd have known.
Which is why you pay an expert, because you don't have to do things twice, right?
Typically, they know.
Good morning. You're on the air with Joe.
Hey, good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Joe.
Got an easy question for you. I need an opinion. I've got a 6-foot sliding glass door. Now, this is 20 years old at least. It's going to need to be replaced. The rollers are worn out and all that. In your opinion, would you rather go with another sliding glass door, or do they make like a 6-foot French type door to replace that? Vinyl clad and all that.
Yeah.
And I'll hang up and get your answer, Joe.
Excellent. Thank you for the call. That is a personal opinion. The best thing is what do you want? So a homeowner has to make that decision. You as a homeowner need to determine, do you want just to replace that? Might be able to put some maintenance on it, replace the rollers and whatnot if the door is in good shape. Being that it's 20 years old, you might want to go ahead and put a new one in. That being the case, you do have the option putting in another sliding glass door, or they do make French doors that you could get to fit that opening. So here again, do you want the open glass, the full view of the backyard or wherever this glass door is, and do you like that? Or do you want something that's going to be a little bit more secure, a little bit better economically for weather resistance, because your insulated doors, fiberglass doors and whatnot will be better for keeping the heat in and the cold in, and the heat in the wintertime and the cold in the summertime. So do you like the slider? Do you want change the look up? It really is a personal, a homeowner's choice there. So yeah, it's it would really depend what you wanted and what kind of look you wanted to go with. The only problem with doing something like that, you put in a new door, and this isn't a problem, this is just kind of a thing. Then you put in a new door, and then the next thing you know, it's like, well, I need new windows because I've got this nice new door. Now I need new windows. So, and here's an option too, checking if this is something you're going to do with that PACE funding, that eVest Florida, that and actually we're going to have them on the radio again, I believe possibly next week. I had them on a couple weeks or a couple months back. Back in February, actually, was when it was. We had them on the air, and we talked about the the funding that private lender has made available, and this is for economical upgrades to your home. Once you do this, that bill to repay the loan goes on your property tax. Instead of you being accountable for it, it's attached to the property.
Pretty cool plan.
Yeah, it's a very cool plan. A lot of people have been using it. We're going to have Mark in again and Robert with On Top of the World, and we'll be talking more about that and what they've been doing, how they've been implementing it, and some success stories from that. So looking forward to that.
So I don't know if this is a dumb question, and I guess I have to ask this question and ask you to not name stores.
Okay.
But what is the best place to get supplies? I mean, would it be the big box stores? Would it be a small hardware store? Where would you go?
Well, it really depends what you're looking for and what you need. So, I mean, I'm, and there again, what are you shopping for? That's the biggest question. And a lot of times, the bigger name, the big box stores, those have a wider variety, or they have a little bit of everything. I was meeting with Star Banner, and they had some pool that was done, and I think I just looked at the figure yesterday. It was like $96 million is spent in Marion County on building materials last year. So, and that's everything from your little hardware stores.
Wow, has that gone? Is that higher than normal, or I mean, are we?
I don't know if it's higher than normal, but that seemed like a really large amount of of money being spent in our county on buildings, on supplies and stuff. So, there's a lot of construction happening, and and to answer your question, though, it really depends what you're looking for. I mean, you could go to the big box stores and buy windows, or you can go to a window store and buy windows. So
yeah, and usually you have to depend, if you don't know anything, if you don't know what you're looking for, and you're doing it yourself, you really.
Well, and here's a perfect example. You can go to the big box stores and pick out tile, whatever it is, and get a great price on it. Or you can go to one of the advertisers here on the radio, Penn Flooring. You can talk with JP. You can get all of the information you need from a professional, a person that installs this not only in their clients' homes, but use it in their own homes.
Right.
So you're getting the product knowledge and the expertise when you go somewhere, and you're probably paying real close to the same price.
Probably. Yeah.
I know you are.
And you'll definitely get, if they put it in for you, it'll be a better job.
It'd be a great job, and and if you are paying a little bit more, you really need to compare. Are you comparing the same tile, apples to apples, oranges to oranges?
Well, that's it too. The amateur eye doesn't know what we're looking at. I mean, you could look at a product and think, well, this looks really nice.
And a lot of times, the tiles the flooring that you're getting at a cheaper price isn't, it will have a lot of variations in color. It'll have a lot of variations in size, making it a very difficult finished product.
Yeah.
A good-looking finished
Remember
product.
that Chinese drywall story from a few years ago?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if anybody saw that coming in advance, but it seemed like something that, I mean, that would happen to me. I'd go buy a product and it was on the recall list or something.
It happens. It happens. So speaking of recalls, if you ever need to call, my phone number is 352-629-5135. That's our office number, or my direct line. This is the one I meant to give you there, 817-6574. That reaches me directly. If you ever have any questions or comments or need some help, please feel free to give me a call. You can also email me directly, joe@damageflorida.com.
And if you ever meet Joe, you have to ask him for one of those magnetic
I can get you a magnet.
business cards.
So also, we talked last week on the air about lightning strikes and whatnot.
Right.
So this week's blog is going to be about that.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
If you want to get the written version of that, sign up for our weekly email blog.
And next week you have a guest?
I'm pretty sure we're going to try to get...
what's it called? eVest?
eVest and PACE funding. Yeah.
What's PACE stand for? All right, Joe, thank you. Call us here.
Stay tuned next week to
Stay tuned. Yeah, and call us if you need Joe's number repeated. We do have it here. Plus, Robin puts it on the Facebook page, and it's on this page as well, WOCA.com. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.